Tigris Realty. I'm your real estate queen. And earlier I was trying to do a live stream. I don't think y'all could hear me. I don't think y'all could hear me. I saw a few people tapping in and they didn't even let me know that I couldn't be heard. I'm in the car right now. I'm having an open house. And the reason I'm in the car, sorry y'all, is because it's cold in that house, y'all. It's cold downstairs. Um, it's 57 degrees in there, but it is chilly. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but I'm going to just have a very brief conversation, maybe 10 minutes with y'all before I sign on out of here. I'm going to check and see if I can be heard on the channel, y'all. So just a second, because people come in here and they will sit there and watch me and not say if they can hear me or not. So hold on. I didn't have time to label the video or anything, but we're going to talk about today's market right now. So people are still looking for houses. People are still moving into houses. People are still putting their homes on the market. All right, so it sounds like I can be heard. Thank goodness I checked for myself. If you haven't met me before, my name is Tanita Gresham. I am T Gresh Realty, your real estate queen. I'm out in the Charlotte area right now, specifically 28214 zip code. So I am located in the northwest part of Charlotte currently, and we're in a very nice large neighborhood near the Coolwood neighborhood. I don't know if you're familiar with this area or not, but this house that I'm doing the open house for, it is listed for the asking price of $357,000, which is not bad. It has 4 bedrooms. One of the bedrooms is over top of the garage, which is considered a bonus room, but because it has a closet and a window, it is considered a bedroom at this point, and it is heated living space. They have fresh carpet, brand new flooring, an updated kitchen, stainless steel appliances that do convey with this property. Um, you get a community pool, also a clubhouse, and walking trails in a very convenient location. You're not far from the Charlotte Douglas Airport. So I just wanted to tell you all these wonderful things. Um, I did show this neighborhood to some people on my other channel, and they said the neighborhood looked nice. The visitors that came by here earlier said the neighborhood seemed pretty nice, and it's a pretty decent neighborhood, by the way. The streets are wide. You can drive through here easily. You don't have to worry about feeling cramped, on the road space, like traveling through the neighborhood, because that's a big thing going on in Charlotte in some neighborhoods. Um, you're right off the interstate, you're around entertainment, dining, restaurants, shopping, all of that. So I just wanted to let you know that if you are interested in this area, it's 28214. Okay, that is the northwest part of Charlotte, closer to like Belmont, Mount Holly area. If you're not familiar with Belmont, Mount Holly area, they're more rural areas. Okay, um, and that's going to be like closer to like Gastonia area. I forgot the zip code for Gastonia. It escapes me right now, but Gastonia is going to be less expensive than being in the heart of Charlotte, which is why a lot of people move out to Gastonia. You also have Kannapolis, which Kannapolis is on the other end of Charlotte, which is the northwest part. Okay. Northwest of Charlotte, people move out that way, and that's not too far from like Albemarle. Okay. That's about a 40 to 45-minute drive outside of Charlotte, y'all, depending on where you reside. What I was talking about earlier were the zip codes. So, for those of you who are not familiar with Charlotte, if you've never been to Charlotte, or if you are in Charlotte and you don't know your areas, I memorized the zip codes, okay? So in your Charlotte area, you're going to have like your regular zip codes, but then when you go to the outskirts, I'm going to name them for you. And actually, I'm going to start at the southern part of Charlotte. So in the southern part of Charlotte, you're going to have like the Indian Trail area, not Indian Land. Indian Land is in South Carolina. Indian Trail is in North Carolina. So there's a difference. Indian Trail is 28079 zip code, and it has like a rural feel to it. Okay, it's rural, but it has its convenience, and it's getting highly developed and popularized as well. Indian Trail can be real busy throughout the day, but it has like a nice family vibe to it. So if you ever have a chance to visit Charlotte, you need at least a good week or two to actually go around and visit these places. You cannot visit Charlotte in one weekend and think you're going to get the full experience of Charlotte, because you won't. So Indian Trail is 28079. In the Indian Trail area, you're going to find the same thing, convenience. You're not too far off the interstate. It gives you that nice mixed vibe of like a family atmosphere, a rural atmosphere, but then you still have a nice level of convenience. Okay. Um, there is a restaurant that I used to frequent when I used to frequent Indian Trail. I can't think of the name of the restaurant, but they have like an ice cream place right next to it, and they serve like seafood and stuff. It's real popular, y'all. Check out Indian Trail. Also, next to Indian Trail, you're going to find Waxhaw. Waxhaw is the more highly affluent part of Charlotte. Waxhaw, the zip code there is 28273, and you will definitely love Waxhaw. High dollar energy out there, everyone. Right around Waxhaw is going to be Monroe. Monroe, I say Monroe, is 28110. 28110 is your Monroe zip code. Now that is more rural, that is more spread out. It's more like a country scenic route. You also get Marvin. Marvin is further out, more country scenic route. Going around, you also get your Valentine area. Valentine is pretty affluent. Most of those houses are going to be around 5, 6, 7, and up. 28227, 28, I'm sorry, 28277 is Valentine zip code. 28277, you all, is the Valentine, and that's the southern part of Charlotte. High dollar. You can get up to $1 million homes out there. And then right near there is going to be the Palisades, which is 28278. That is also the southern part of Charlotte. You're going to get, you know, pretty decent homes, gated communities out in the Palisades area. Again, that's 28278, which is situated not too far from the Steel Creek area. So what we're talking about is Charlotte is located here, and we're going like around the outskirts. So just imagine at 28278, you're getting into the southern part of Charlotte, closer to the southwest part. And then also you have Steel Creek. Steel Creek is 28273. That's the southwest part as well, and that is a very convenient location. In that location, you're going to find the Charlotte Douglas Airport is situated within that vicinity. So if you're in Steel Creek, you're about 10 to 15 minutes from the airport at least. That has a lot of great homes there. Homes probably range from around 350 to 400 to $500, 500, around that range. That's the price point, and pretty much in that area. It could fluctuate, but I'm just telling you from the top of my head. I know Charlotte pretty well. So we're going now upwards from there. Upwards from there is pretty much where I'm located. Like I said, I'm the northwest part, which is 28214, which is this house right here that I'm in front of. So that's basically not too far from like Belmont, Mount Holly. And Belmont is high dollar as well. Belmont is more outskirts, more the scenic route. If you want to be away from all the combustion, check out Belmont. And I think that's 28112 if I remember properly. You're also going to look at, if you want like old money, old affluent money, you can check out 28210. That is going to be like the South Park Mall area. South Park Mall is always busy, and right now during this time of year, they have Nordstrom's, they have Neiman Marcus, they have Coach. All of like your high dollar, high end luxury brands is in South Park Mall. And again, that zip code is 28, I think I said it's 28110 or 28210. My apologies. I think it's 28210. All right. Now we're going to go upward. Upward is Concord. So it sits right above Charlotte. Concord is, I think, 28075, if I remember properly. Concord is, it has like its rural parts, and then it has its busier parts. So you can get a little bit of both in Concord, depending on which side of Concord you move to. Now, if you go to Concord Northwest or Concord Southwest, That's more like a rural area, but it's up and coming because a lot of developers are starting to buy up the property there. And you also get Concord Mills Mall up that way. Concord Mills Mall stays very crowded and busy as well. Like during this time of year, you're going to find a lot of people out there. I was just out there yesterday. Their parking lot was very busy. They have a lot of things you can do for children at the mall. Like they have an outdoor carnival. They have like a go-kart place out there. A lot of entertainment, a lot of restaurants in that vicinity. We're gonna go next to Concord is Huntersville. That's north of Charlotte. Huntersville is about $500,000 and up for the homes if you're looking for a single family home. It's a beautiful area. I was just out there yesterday as well. But you get like more land space and you get bigger homes. You get nice neighborhoods. Very, very nice. Check out Pinky's Grill if you get a chance to go out that way. Pinky's Grill, okay? Pinky's West Side Grill. Um, let's continue on, y'all. So we're gonna go to the other side. So now we're coming back down. So Charlotte is here, and we're coming to like the northeast part. Okay, we're gonna get to like Mallet Creek area. Mallet Creek, the zip code there is 28262, 28269. And that's going to fall right into like the university area because it's coming down towards the east part. All right, so in that vicinity, you're going to find homes around the 350-ish price range, single family home, 350 to 400. I mean, they could vary and fluctuate a little bit. East side of Charlotte, we're going to get into Matthews. Matthews, another nice location, and Matthews and Mint Hill. So we're looking at 28105 for Matthews and 28227 for Mint Hill. Nice family friendly oriented environment. Very busy in Matthews, I must say, but a lot of convenience. I used to live in Matthews. I loved it. Mint Hill is another nice location. So I'm just telling you all of this in case you're not familiarized with Charlotte and the zip codes. Check these places out. The east side of Charlotte, we have 28215, which sits off of Robinson Church Road, Harrisburg Road. These houses are going to range from 350 to 400. If you get like a two-story home, that's around 400 and a little bit over 400, and then you can go a little under. Now let's talk about Harrisburg. Harrisburg is on the outskirts of Charlotte, okay? I'm not talking about Harrisburg Road. I'm talking about Harrisburg, North Carolina. That's going to be, I think, 280. Is it 28025? Something like that. I'm look. Anyway, check out Harrisburg, North Carolina, y'all. Harrisburg, North Carolina is a little more pricier, but it's still beautiful. House prices are going to be around 450 and up. It can go up. They have a subdivision called Harmony, built by Eastwood Homes. Now, when I went out there a few years ago, those homes were still being built. Those houses were going up to the $700,000 price point range. But it doesn't have to go that high. You can actually find some affordable housing in the $400 price point range if you do your due diligence. I had some clients of mine that moved from New Jersey into a rental property out there, and they're pretty satisfied with it. They like the area. One of their cousins moved from New Jersey, but he didn't go to Harrisburg. He actually I think he moved to the west side of Charlotte, y'all. I have to double check again. But yes, so I just wanted to give you some insight and clarity on the different parts and the outer perimeter parts and the outskirts of Charlotte, just in case you're not familiarized with it. Now, if you're going to be in Charlotte, in the Charlotte Mecklenburg area, you're going to run into these zip codes: 28215, 28213, 28214. 28217 is usually situated on the west side of Charlotte. 28226, that's going to be in the highly more affluent south part of Charlotte. Um, so I'm just giving you these zip codes in case you want to write them down. I know it sounds like a lot of numbers coming at you, but this is how I've kind of memorized the map in my head. So when we talk about Charlotte, if people tell me, what they're looking for, if I think about these zip codes, I can kind of give that to the client. And then Cabarrus County is going to be Concord, okay? That's not Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg is Charlotte. So you have Mecklenburg County, you have Cabarrus County, and you have Union County. Union County is comprised of Indian Trail, Waxhaw, um, Weddington, I think, is a really nice area, but I think that's considered Charlotte. So it's Union County, comprised of Waxhaw, Monroe, and Indian Trail, y'all. That's Union County. Union County is really nice. You'll like it. Lake Park is out there. That's very, very popular area. Um, and then, of course, there are two lakes that are very popular. Lake Wylie, which also runs through South Carolina. So you can sit on the border of North Carolina or South Carolina, and Lake Wylie can run through there. Lake Wylie is really situated in South Carolina, you all. There's a Lake Wylie, South Carolina. But you can still have part of accessibility to that lake if you live in North Carolina. So that's the southern part. South North Carolina has Lake Wylie. The northern part of Charlotte, excuse me, has Lake Norman, which is a man-made lake, and you're going to find that's like, the northern part. Anything near the lake is going to, of course, cost more. Cornelius has the lake. That's high dollar in that territory. Um, I'm trying to think what else that I can tell y'all. So yeah, if you have any like questions about North Carolina, the location, check out my Instagram. I post like when I'm out in different places, different restaurants, different areas. I try to post that to like my Instagram is t.gresh realty. I also post to my TikTok is t.gresh realty. Also here on my YouTube is t.gresh realty. So please like, share, subscribe. If you have any real estate questions, feel free to hit me up on any one of those platforms. I have to sign out now. It's 3:04. The open house is over. I have to go turn the lights out, lock up, get my open house signs, and scurry on with my day, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will check in with y'all later. Remember to always be the CEO of your financial future, creating economic ownership by owning businesses and real estate, y'all. Okay? Signing out. This is your real estate queen.